Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, maybe think about subscribing. I try to do stuff on e-bikes, retro style, modifications, a little bit of reviews and stuff like that. But anyways, today I want to talk about brake lever adjustment. I get a lot of people asking me in Facebook groups and stuff like that. It's like they'll be like, hey, my brake handle almost goes to the handlebars. Do I need new brake pads? Not necessarily. What you should do is inspect your pads. They should have no less than 20% to do this adjustment. So if your pads are 20% or less, at that point I would go ahead and think about replacing them. And I do have a video on how to do that applies to, you know, the Rad Rovers, the Super 73s, the Mario bike, Juice bikes. It applies to all the bikes across the board like that. I mean, so it's real basic, real simple. And the pads are all pretty much the same. So there's a link in the description on that video on where to find pads on Amazon. They're very inexpensive. But anyways, what I want to talk about is lever adjustment. Something that people probably overlook when they're setting up their bike. They just leave them the way they are as factory. Me personally, I like to set them so they're really easy to pull or close to the bars to pull with 1 or 2 fingers. So that way I can keep as many fingers on my bars as possible. That probably comes from my downhill bike riding background. If you guys ever watched me, I shot a little video of that. But anyways, there's a little screw in here. And all you do is just take that little screw and you just turn it in or out. So what I'm going to use today to show you guys how to do this, I'm just going to use, you know, I got 2 different multi-tools here. And, you know, if you're out riding a bike, I suggest that you keep a multi-tool with you and something to repair a flat if you get one. So this I just have 2 different multi-tools. They're just super cheap, but, you know, they work in a pinch if I need to, you know, to do some minor repairs or adjust something like that on the fly. So I'm going to grab the camera, get it over here closer and show you where this little set screw is. And the idea behind this little set screw that's inside the brake lever is it pushes how much it pushes on your plunger for your hydraulic brake to push the fluid down to the pads and make them pinch that disc. So, you know, some people like them way out, some like them close. You know, the best is, you know, what feels comfortable for you, but when you're really slamming on those brakes and pulling them hard, you do not want them to touch the bars. Maybe just real close. So anyways, let's get the camera over here and I'll show you guys where to adjust that screw. Okay, so if you look right inside here, it's really hard to tell, but there's an Allen head screw right in here, and that's what adjusts how far your lever is willing to travel. So you can see where mine is now, and I'll go ahead and turn that screw a few turns just to show you that you can change the adjustment on it and how simple it is. So you just take the screw, put your multi-tool, and just go ahead and turn that a few twists. You know, if you turn it in, that's going to make it have less travel. If you turn it out, that's going to have it make more travel. So there you go. I did about 3.5 full turns there. Now let's see how little a pull I have. See, way less pull, and that for me I don't like. But maybe you have bigger hands or smaller hands. That's a good reason to do this adjustment. If you got big hands and you really need to reach out, you know, maybe you don't need to pull it back so far. But if you have small hands like Pam does, I like to have the levers adjusted in a little bit closer so that it's a lot easier for her to get full brake. So you can see how tight that is now. Now I'll turn it back the other way. So there's 2, 3.5, and that should be about where I had it before. So see that? That's a lot better for me. See how close it gets to the bar, but I still can't quite get it all the way. So that's perfect for me. So I'll show you guys on the Super 73 how it works, and then I will show you a little bit of a brake adjustment on if you guys got the cable disc brakes as well. I got a Super 73 Z1, and I'll show you how to adjust those as well. You can see this one's out quite a ways here. I want to get that, you know, lessen that distance by half. There we go. I'm going to go just a little bit more. Okay, there we go. You can see I can pull really tight on it, but it does not hit the handlebar. So I'll roll up the Z1 over there and show you guys how to do it on the cable brakes. This will work on any bike that has the cable disc brakes. So let's get to it. So on this style of bike, you don't need a tool. You can do it by hand. There's an adjustment here which is a set to not allow this to back out, and then there's one that's attached to your cable, a black knob or whatever color, it might be silver on yours, a knob. And what you want to do is you just adjust this in or out here, like this one. Go out like that, and you retighten the keeper, and it makes it a little bit tighter on your brake. And now on these ones, you got to be a little bit more careful. When you do adjust them here, make sure that you check and the brake is not grabbing. On the hydraulics, you will not have that issue, but since these are cables, whenever you make an adjustment, it does adjust the cable. But that's how you do it here. You turn this one, I'll turn this one in. As you can see here, it goes all the way to the bars, right? Almost, I mean, it still stops, but it goes all the way to the bars. So if I take a couple turns out, tighten that keeper back against the brake lever, doesn't quite go to the bar, and it still stops. As you can see there, not quite to the bar, and it still spins. So I mean, you'll hear it. If it spins, you'll hear your brake when the tire's going around. You hear a little like scraping sound. So then if you do hear that, just back it off just a little bit. So anyways, thanks a lot for stopping by the channel. I will do more of these videos on, you know, just small minor adjustments and stuff like that. And let me know in the comments down below if you guys would be interested in the apps that I use when I'm riding my bike. I use a speed app. I use a sound app for music that turns sound down and stuff like that. So if you guys would be interested in, you know, different biking apps and stuff, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And if that's something that you guys are interested in, I'll go ahead and cover that as well. Anyways, happy riding, guys. Spring is about here. Enjoy those bikes. See you in the next video.